deal with failure is that I don't think I deal with it, I just move on. I work. I'm at it. I'm like, okay, this didn't work. There's nothing I can do about it. Work harder. You know, maybe.
Or just move on to the next thing.
Absolutely, move on to the next thing. Because
life is only evolution.
Nothing move you can
on.
do.
If something's not working, move on.
But
it's so easy to pick up and move on, guys. Just go.
Well, what do you do? Look, because if a film doesn't work, and you know, there are many aspiring actors and filmmakers here, and when you have success, you have failure as well. How do you deal with it? Because suddenly that journey becomes so lonely. You know, if it's successful, it's usually shared. But if it's not, it's just you. And you know, most times if it's a film that's led by a female character, you know, then it just becomes like, you know, you're doomed, because I mean, it is a gender conversation.
Yes, that is a lot of it, but that is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Is when you have a female-led film, because we have such few.
Yeah.
And because, you know, we are seeing successes of female-led films more and more, obviously. But that's tough, because when a female-led film doesn't do well, I feel the collective failure on behalf of all women. Like, I feel like, oh, I've taken them a few steps back. I've taken women a few steps back. This has to work, because there are so few of us that get the opportunity to do this, that we have to do it right. Whether that's filmmakers behind the camera, whether that's actors in front of the camera, whether that's writers, or any medium that you're in, hair, makeup, whatever. Like, you just feel the sense of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna let womankind down because we have such few opportunities. But I've learned to pivot my mind around that it's not personal. When a movie works, it works because it has something to say. And if it doesn't work, it didn't say what it needed to say. So take away the power of making it personal and just move on to the next thing. That's why I was saying it's easy to move on if you take away the power of feeling like, oh, ये तो सब मेरी गलती है, ये तो मैंने किया, ये तो मेरा था. कैसे आपका था? 150 people worked on this movie. It's not just yours. So pick up. Have a tub of ice cream, cry a few tears with your friends, go out,
have a pizza,
move on.
Maybe for a few nights.
Yeah, maybe. I do it for at least a week.
Yeah,
it takes me a week.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like a breakup. A bad movie is like a breakup.
But you know,
you pick up and move on eventually.
Yeah, a breakup I feel like I can still deal with.
Oh my god.
I still can. This is, I'm like, कैसे?
Girl, we need to talk more, please. इतना pressure? नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. You can't. We live in too public. This is too public a field for you to live under the pressure of it. You have to, for us to be able to evolve and grow, and that's natural for any field and any person. The more, and I've seen this with, I mentor a lot of young people, whether that's in my production company, whether that's in my team. It's something that I really enjoy doing, because I'm self-taught, so I have a lot of, you know, gems from my own experiences that I'm not giving you gems from somebody else's experience. I'm just talking about my own experiences. So I try to help people navigate that. But the one thing that I have seen when you come into a field and you really want to make it, you know, we wind ourselves really tight. It's like a rubber band. You wind yourself up really tight because you really want to do a good job. You want to, you know, be the best dialogue. You want to look the best. You want to, when the movie's coming out, you want to be the center. Like, it has to be. But इतना tight जब होता है ना rubber band, वो snap करता है. तब then you don't have the fluidity of poetry. If you want to be a poet, an artist, you have to be free of shackles. You have to be free of pressure. You have to be free of expectation. And you have to go into action, and between action and cut, not even think about what's happening in your life, your nothing. And it's 4-5 seconds का तो काम है. 10 seconds maybe, between for one shot. So for that moment, just take it off of you. And just in life also. Nothing, I mean, and it's easier said than done. Obviously, I have days too where I feel extremely pressured. But I try to tangibly move myself away from what I know I'm feeling, which is the weight of expectations. And try to set your expectations of yourself, even though you're in a public position or in a public, you're craving to be in a public life. If you want to be in the movies, it's public, right? If you any form of it, if you're part of the crew, if you're director, there's a sort of public facey to it. So I think that you have to create a nature where you set your expectations, and I set my expectations very high for myself. I'm always striving for excellence, but it's my failure, not yours. You don't get to tell me how bad or good it was. I get to do it. And that's when you get to be an artist, and you get to be free, and you get to be fluid.
I want to ask you something.